What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a video where we will discuss Darwin Nunez's future at Liverpool, because James Pearce is reporting that Darwin Nunez is running out of opportunities at Liverpool and Arne might want to bring in his own striker in the summer. So is that the end of Darwin Nunez? Is it over for him at Liverpool? Leave your thoughts down below. I think we should give Darwin Nunez this season to prove his worth, because so far, behind Salah and Jota, he's actually our third most prolific goal scorer. And if you just look at the last 3 seasons, since Darwin Nunez signed, 3 seasons ago or 2.5 seasons ago, he is the best goal scorer at Liverpool apart from Mo Salah. So if you take Mo Salah out of the equation, and he's always scoring 30 goals and getting 15 assists a season on average, Darwin Nunez still has the best goals and assists contributions out of Liverpool, largely because Diogo Jota have been injured. Diogo Jota usually scores or assists once every 2 games on average, but since he had an injury hit season this season and also 2 seasons ago, he hardly played. And this is the crucial bit. James Pearce said for Nunez it feels like there's a huge decision coming for him on the horizon in the summer. They need someone, Liverpool, with that kind of price tag to be much more than a decent impact substitute. We are approaching the midway point of his 3rd season at Liverpool, and he turns 26 years old next June. So Liverpool need to figure out whether to stick with Nunez or to sell him while he still has some value, and we can reinvest that money into a striker who has better goal scoring ability. At what point do you just accept this is him and give up on trying to iron out all those rough edges? Arne will want to put his own stamp on the squad he inherited, and it wouldn't be a surprise if a new striker featured on his wish list in the upcoming windows. How will this striker situation develop at Liverpool? Does a winning system need changing? Minor tweaks maybe need to be made so the strikers are getting more chances, more shots, because right now everything is flowing through the wings, and so far it has been great. Luis Diaz has 9 goals and 2 assists. Salah has, I lost count how many goals. He has 16 goals and 12 assists Salah has. So 28 goal contributions in 22 games, which is absolutely mind-blowing numbers. The big question is, can Arne improve Darwin Nunez's output? That's why I think give him the season with Darwin Nunez to work with him. And if Darwin Nunez's numbers don't improve, then we can reassess this situation. But Liverpool will definitely need to find maybe a better fit on the market for the system that Arne is playing if Darwin Nunez doesn't improve. A Liverpool fan said, "We are doing well. I don't see the reason why people feel the need to focus so much on this. Darwin Nunez is doing a good job for the team, just doesn't get many goals. Maybe this is simply the way it's supposed to be, and this is how we succeed." And yes, he's working hard, but he's not scoring and assisting, and the Liverpool fans are concerned because we paid 85 million pounds for Darwin Nunez with bonuses, and he's wasting a lot of chances this season, even more than last season. And the big concern is he's not getting the volume of chances that he was getting last season. Last season, he scored 18 goals and got 13 assists, which is a brilliant season for a young striker. 31 goal contributions. Behind Salah, he was our most productive player. But his display against Girona was particularly worrying, because it seemed that he got 8 out of 10 things wrong in the game, and his head dropped when he noticed that he was getting substituted. And Nunez's barren run continued on a cold night at Girona. And why this is concerning Liverpool fans, I think, so much is because we remember last season when Salah hit a cold streak, when Salah was out injured and then he came back and he was not back to his best. All of our other attacking players didn't pick up the mantle and didn't carry the team. Gakpo, Diaz, Nunez, Jota, they were all not scoring goals at the same time when Salah hit a cold spell, and that's the big worry for Liverpool, that we need a striker who takes the burden off Mo Salah, and that could be Diogo Jota, because Jota has, as I said, 1 goal contribution every 2 games, which is brilliant, but Jota has been injured for a majority of the season, and in his absence Nunez didn't take his chance. At the start of the season, Jota was the starting striker, he was banging in the goals, but when he got injured, that was a great opportunity for Nunez to show Arne what he can do and to make the number 9 position his, but he failed in doing so. And Liverpool created 4 big chances against Girona, and Darwin Nunez wasted 2 of them. And just like at Newcastle, Darwin Nunez displayed an alarming lack of composure in the final third, James Pearce is reporting, and he had just 16 touches of the ball, completed only 4 of his 8 passes, so his 50% pass accuracy is really bad as well, and he also only won 1 out of his 4 duels, so that performance by Darwin Nunez against Girona was particularly alarming. And you might wonder, does Arne want to bring in his own striker in the summer and sell Darwin Nunez? Let me know, if you were in charge of Liverpool right now, what would you do? Some people are even saying sell Nunez in January, which is foolish, because you are not going to get the same caliber of striker in the January transfer market unless you pay ridiculous amounts of money, because almost all of the good strikers play for teams with high ambitions and they need that player for the second half of the season. And Arne said, what I can agree on is that Nunez missed a few chances. Then it's always the question, does this have anything to do with low confidence, or is this a situation where he is in at the moment? I think every striker has periods where every ball goes in, and sometimes he has a period when you try so hard but you are not able to score. The good thing is that we have many players who can score for us, and Mo Salah did again. I would have loved to see Darwin score, because every striker wants and needs to score goals. That is why I kept him on for quite a long time. He was a threat, but unfortunately he couldn't score. So Arne won't criticize Darwin Nunez in public, because he wants to get his confidence up. If you criticize him in public, you are just putting a man down who is already down and low on confidence. And here are all his shots in the Champions League, and as you can see, he has 1 goal out of 14 shots from a 2.6 xG, which is concerning, that he should have scored 2 or 3 goals from these shots. As you can see, some of these shots are in very, very good positions, and he only scored 1 goal, which was like almost from the goal line. And James Pearce is saying the same that I did in this video, that the absence of Jota for 2 months handed Nunez a golden opportunity to shine. The signs were promising when he came on at Chelsea. He had a lively cameo. Nunez got the winner away to Leipzig, which was a big win in the Champions League, and he also created the late equalizer for Salah against Arsenal. So he has been contributing somewhat, but very slim contributions from him this season. Last season and 2 seasons ago, his numbers were much, much better. So is this just a cold spell by Darwin Nunez, or is this the end of Darwin Nunez at Liverpool? Is this over for him? Is this the system not getting the best out of Darwin Nunez? Nunez's work ethic has ensured that the Liverpool fans have remained fully behind him. Well, not all of them. I can see on social media a lot of noise about Darwin Nunez needing to be sold. I'm still fully behind him, I still believe in him, but he needs to produce, and we judge him at the end of the season, or like in April, because by the time April rolls around, we will see the majority, like 80% of the season already, and that's when you judge Darwin Nunez, and that's when you start planning for the summer transfer window. And by that time already Liverpool will know whether Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold will stay. If all 3 are staying and Nunez's numbers don't improve, then we might have to sign a striker. I would love to see Ademola Lookman at Liverpool, for example, or we could go with Luis Diaz and Jota playing up front and Gakpo playing on the left wing, and maybe you can buy a left winger, which is a little bit easier than buying a striker. And this is crucial, that James Pearce is reporting patience, even among his biggest fans, is currently being pushed to the limit. Having gained a reputation during his Liverpool career for thrilling and infuriating in equal measure, he is only specializing in the latter. The brutal reality is that Christmas is approaching and the most expensive signing in Liverpool's history has just 3 goals in 18 appearances. We have to caveat this. He had 11 starts. So 3 goals and 2 assists in 11 starts and 7 substitute appearances is not as terrible as 3 goals and 3 goals in 18 games, because almost half of his games came as a substitute appearances. In his first season he scored 15 goals, which came at a rate of 1 goal every 158 minutes. Last season he scored 18 goals, which was 1 goal every 168 minutes. But this season he scores 1 goal every 346 minutes. So basically his goal scoring got worse by 50%. He scores goals at half the rate that he scored in his first and second season, and that's regression. And it was telling after the Girona victory that the critical Arne also bemoaned the lack of intensity in Liverpool's pressing, with Girona able to build attacks far too easily. And maybe Darwin Nunez, who also he had to play almost every game because of Jota's injury. Maybe he mentally and physically is tired from playing all the time in the last 2 months. It would have been much more ideal for Jota and Nunez to rotate up front. Thankfully, Darwin Nunez's bad run of form coincided with all the others stepping up in front of goal, because Luis Diaz is having his best season. He's scoring and assisting once every 2 games. He already has 9 goals. Salah, he's having his best season, 16 goals and 12 assists in 22 games. It's absolutely crazy. Cody Gakpo is having a really, really good season, 8 goals so far. He's also getting a goal or an assist once every 2 games. And Jota has 4 goals and 2 assists, so 6 goal contributions in just 10 games, I think. In Europe, Liverpool have been really, really strong defensively. We conceded after 3 minutes at AC Milan, but since then we kept 5 clean sheets, and Liverpool have gone on to 579 minutes without conceding a goal in the Champions League, which is really, really epic, considering that in the Champions League you have the best teams playing. The good news is Jota is coming back and he might start against Fulham if he's fit enough. Of course, Liverpool will be stronger and hopefully Chiesa will come into the side as well to ease the burden on Salah a little bit and to rotate with Salah a little bit. And I would give Jadon Dance some minutes, and maybe Darwin Nunez sitting out 1 or 2 games might help him a little bit just to reset his mindset. And Stephen Warnock was reporting for BBC on the Girona game. He said Liverpool are struggling in attacking areas because Darwin Nunez doesn't want to be involved until the ball enters the penalty area. That's not the way Liverpool want to play football. I've run out of things to say about Darwin. I do like him, but when it goes into him, the ball just comes back. He hasn't been at his best tonight and he has struggled with his link-up play, another frustrating evening for a big Liverpool player. Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems, that his link-up play, even though it got slightly better than last season, it's still not up to the standard of what is required for a Liverpool striker. He needs to keep the ball much better, he needs to pass the ball much better, and he also needs to time his run much better, and he needs to finish much better. So in almost all areas of Darwin Nunez's game right now there needs to be a big improvement. And this journalist said that Darwin Nunez has been given all the opportunities, all the grace in the world to improve, and he still doesn't move the needle. And it's time for Liverpool to cut ties. Do you think Liverpool need to sell Nunez in January? I think it would be very harsh. Because what if he explodes in the second half of the season? Something just needs to click for him to get his confidence back, because when you saw him playing in the Copa America for Uruguay and previously last season, when he had high confidence, he was still scoring a lot of goals, getting a lot of assists. But I agree with the journalist in that Liverpool should explore the possibility of selling Nunez, but not just in the January transfer window, maybe in the summer. And Liverpool might need to invest in a more reliable and clinical forward, because Liverpool must make tough decisions to ensure their success continues, and selling the underperforming striker might be a necessary step, but I would still give him until the end of the season to prove he is good enough for Liverpool. But if his numbers don't improve and if he doesn't get back to at least what he produced last season, if from this point, if Darwin Nunez gets to around 15 goals and around 10 to 15 assists, then I would be happy to keep him. But of course, context matters as well. How much will he play in the second half of the season? And how much does his link-up play improve? In all of the metrics, Liverpool need to take a very detailed, analytical look. And also, Arne Slot just needs to work with him on the training ground and to iron out these rough edges, because he's still a rough diamond in my eyes. He just needs to be polished a lot because he's very rough at the moment. That's my opinion. I still have faith in Darwin Nunez, but let me know what do you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.